Okay, boys, we got 5 minutes. It is not tricky. You can do one button rotation up to almost final few bosses of the raid. It is not ruining the experience or anything. I think the last 2 bosses out of 8 you can't really clear without playing normally. But most of the content, 95 to 97% of the content you can clear with one button rotation. It's extremely fun. It is freaking fun to use. It's just like, it's so freaking silly. You can bind it to a scroll wheel and you can just have one of these bad boys with an infinite scroll and you just like, right? It's really freaking fun. And around 75% of people use it. There are basically 2 types of people that don't use one button rotation. Stubborn people, and if you want like as much DPS and everything. Like people who actually engage in learning their character's rotation and stuff, which is me. Weapons. Garrosh is, again, currently the final boss. Because there's a WoW Classic Pandaria. So you're back in Pandaria. Oh, let's get excited, boys. 3 minutes. Caution, loud, warning, screaming. By the way, is audio good when it comes to the music in the background? Because for me it is loud, but for you guys it should be fine. You're not late now. That was kind of fun. Absolutely understandable. I've never played it. Hi, I'm Mark, from game director from Grindy Gear Games. Okay, good. Do tell me if I need to increase the audio or reduce the audio. Because like I usually wouldn't have the audio this high up. No, Siriki, no. The game dies if it doesn't have new players. That's what it is. Why am I doing beginner content for Path of Exile? Because new players revitalize the game. New players are here and casuals are here so that we all would enjoy what we enjoy the most. Because without casuals, you wouldn't have a game. And that is it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. One button rotation. I would honestly put one button rotation mandatory if you can't do a certain amount of DPS. I do it in WoW too. Watch stream, they stream themselves. Could be Dreamer. But also, here's one more thing before it starts. In WoW, let's say 2 million DPS is your bare bones DPS with one button rotation. If you, without one button rotation, do less than 2 million, I would automatically activate one button rotation for you to play with. And that is it. Like, that's what I would do. I would have it automatically on. But, yeah. And it's just people refuse to fucking use it. Well, some people, and those are stubborn idiots, but those are like 20% of people. No, 30 FPS. No, Stooters. 7 time 8 Trexos. Oh, once again, hello YouTube. I'm gonna be putting this up immediately after it finishes. Okay, ads are not coming out. That's perfectly fine. Awesome. Breach. Oh, the quality of life Traxos and Assassin rework. You'll see that here. Nothing to worry about. 1 minute late. By the way, Twitch is lagging behind 6 seconds. YouTube is lagging behind 18 seconds. Keep that in mind. 5, 4, 3, 2. No, where's my 2?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers from
Where's
Grinding Gear
Mark?
Games, and welcome to GGG Live. Today we're going to show you an exclusive reveal of Path of Exile, Keepers of the Flame.
Where's Mark?
Which is coming out 1 week from now on October
Why
the
do you have
31st.
PoE2?
Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream, so you'll be able to claim your Hive-born crawler pet by following the instructions below.
We want Mark.
Without further ado, let's roll the trailer for Path of Exile, Keepers of the Flame.
Breach, 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 breach.
We, the Keepers of the Flame, serve the will.
Wait, Chayula
of the
breaches,
dreamer.
right?
His instructions whispered from beyond the wall of sleep. But now, the Hiveborn are here, on Rayclast, and they seek to poison our world.
That looks like a maze. Scourge breach! That's a Scourge mechanic! It's Scourge breach! It has to be!
We must close their breaches, destroy their hives, slay their breach lords.
Oh! Waves? That's a Scourge breach, dude. Oh!
And by his gifts, the Dreamer provides.
The entire passive tree for breach!
They brought this war to our world, but we shall end it.
Zesh, I told you that's a boss
Whatever
arena.
it takes.
Keepers of the Flame, okay. The Genesis tree, okay. Currency, Mist Womb. Grafts, those are the things on the inventory that we saw. Bloodline classes! We're bringing back the stuff from before. New trade system, of course. Log in, dude. Hell yeah. Okay, I did not expect the full-blown passive tree of Breach, but it's understandable as they removed it on passive skill tree. You'll see what Bloodline classes are. It's similar
As you
to
can
Affliction
see, this expansion
stuff.
is a true sequel to the Breach League, first introduced to the game in 2016.
Yes.
We felt like it was time to progress the story of Breach, bringing with it a slew of new updates to the base game. In today's stream, we'll take you on a deep dive into Path of Exile, Keepers of the Flame, beginning with the League mechanic, covering all the fearsome challenges it presents, and the new twisted ways you'll be able to empower your character. After that, we'll dive into the new ascendancy options possible with Bloodline classes. Then we'll cover the much anticipated and synchronous trade system coming to Path of Exile 1.
Yes.
Afterwards, we'll move into the new Uber Pinnacle bosses.
Those are the three
and
added.
access them, and some new drops worthy of the added difficulty.
Okay, good.
Finally, we'll cover some notable quality of life improvements before moving on to our supporter packs and challenge rewards.
Okay.
We'll then have a live Q&A session where Ziggy D will ask Path of Exile's game directors Mark and myself
Patch notes?
your questions from Twitch chat.
Patch notes?
And after the live stream, we'll drop the full patch notes at 11 AM New Zealand time or 3 PM Pacific.
Yes.
So let's get started. I'll hand things over to Mark to introduce the new league.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, game director on Path of Exile.
And yeah, the bosses that they've
Breach is
added,
a
they are
beloved
Uber now.
league that has had an iconic history in PoE. We intend to honor that legacy with our first ever sequel league, Keepers of the Flame. This develops every aspect of Breach, adding new layers to discover, richer lore, scarier bosses, and entirely new mechanics. That said, this is still Breach, so you will still be opening breaches and slaying hordes of otherworldly monsters.
Good. It's a
The
Scourge
Breach
Bridge.
Lords have found the means to stabilize the connection between their realm and Rayclast. Now, with their grip tightening, we learn their true goal in our world, conquest. The threat they pose has now escalated to home soil. On the coast in Act 1, you'll encounter Aelith, the founder of the Keepers of the Flame. This is a monastic order sworn to defend Rayclast from the Breach Lords. The exit to the Mudflats has been barricaded by Hiveborn, Breach monsters that are working to claim every inch of Rayclast.
Fuck everyone.
Aelith can grant you a small spark of the power of the Flame, allowing you to blast away their barricade and move onwards.
You can't even enter mud flats anymore.
Once you enter the mud flats, you'll find it infested with breach monsters.
Oh
They appear to
man.
be constructing a kind of hive, creating strange shapes
Where
and
are my
structures
roas?
that absolutely don't belong. Time to purge them with fire. Aelith needs you to protect her as she empowers the flame to do so. Hold off the assault long enough, and she'll be able to demolish the hive with cleansing flame.
Growing
In
womb
other
gift.
areas, the gap between worlds is strained.
That's optimization,
Here,
yeah.
you'll find a more familiar encounter with a new twist. A massive breach hand sunders the space between dimensions, and touching it will open an unstable breach,
Let's see.
causing monsters to flood in. If you can slaughter them quickly enough,
Ah,
you
that's
can
the timer.
stabilize the breach. This brazen action can draw the attention of Vroon, Marshal of Zesht, who will do everything it can to stop you. Defeating
I
this boss
like
will
this.
permanently seal the breach, severing another connection between the Breachlord's world and Rayclast.
I like
These
this.
stabilized breaches are similar to what a breach once was, but with upgraded monsters, a success condition to shoot for, UI tracking to keep the player informed of their progress through the encounter,
Smart.
and satisfying feedback when you do manage to complete the encounter. We've taken all the lessons we've learned since the release of Breach 9 years ago and improved upon it in every way we can.
Good.
However, much of the joy of Breach came from its simplicity.
Yes.
While we want to modernize the mechanic, we don't want to undermine the core experience. You're still mostly just slaughtering hordes of enemies in a circle.
Yes, but they have
Finally,
updated models
in
as well.
in-game areas, you might run into breach constructions that have been left unopposed for too long and have grown into their full twisted glory.
Okay.
Breach hives.
Ooh.
Towering flesh-crafted cities in the sky. These are the visions of the Breach Lords made real in Rayclast.
This looks PoE too, right?
teeming with breach monsters. You must raid and destroy these cities with the help of Aelith and her flame. In some of these hives, you
If-
may even
if that
encounter
was
some
tool.
of the breach lords themselves.
If that was
who
Ash.
will not be happy you're intruding on their planned conquest.
Oh my god, they're upgrading them as well.
Now, let's talk loot. Of course, being an exile is hard work, and you're unlikely to help entirely out of the goodness of your heart.
True.
Fortunately, Aelith has power and rewards aplenty.
Grafts, come on.
Born of the Breach Realm itself, to offer you for your assistance. Help her, and she'll bring you to the Monastery of the Keepers, the hallowed halls of her order.
This passive
Here,
tree.
you'll find the Genesis Tree, the growing heart of the Keeper's power. On interacting with it, you'll find that this tree has a tree. That's right. It couldn't be Path of Exile unless the tree also had a tree.
Obviously.
More importantly, the Genesis tree is an engine of unholy creation, and a profitable one. As you complete breach encounters and work
Muted?
more with Aelith, you'll be able to grow the Genesis tree larger and larger, sprouting additional
Oh yeah,
limbs.
you're muted, yeah.
Each of these limbs, you'll notice, has their own inventories.
Uh-huh.
These can be used for an unusual method of crafting new items.
Okay.
With this system, you'll be able to grow currency, uniques, equipment, and a new kind of otherworldly item, grafts. Grafts are breach hands grown directly from the Genesis tree, born of the same flesh and sinew as the invading monsters. These fuse directly to your body, in a completely safe process.
Exactly.
Don't
yes.
worry about it. With grafts, you can harness the power of the breach.
Yeah.
Some provide passive benefits like this, or
Ah,
this,
written light attack speed. Okay, yeah,
but
good.
They can also grant a wide selection of powerful skills.
And skills, yes, yeah.
These graft skills can provide a flexible way to fill gaps in your build, offering everything from damage to potent defensive buffs and crowd control.
That is cool. That is cool.
For example, the Battering All graft will call
Look at the
massive
damage.
arms to erupt from the earth.
Look at those the
stunning
damage.
all those they hit. For some additional pack clearing power, you could consider the Squalling Tool graft. When commanded, this graft will cast Dance in the White, creating a deadly ice tornado, which aggressively seeks enemies and fires off bursts of ricocheting projectiles when you critically strike with skills.
Jesus.
For some further utility and a useful buff, try out the Storming Ash graft. This can be commanded to call down a ring of bolts from the sky that will leave behind the new Radiant Ground. Radiant Ground grants a potent damage buff to allies standing
damage
within
to be lucky.
and
Ooh.
makes their hit damage lucky.
Okay.
If you're simply after raw damage, look no further than the Erupting Zoth graft, which causes massive eruptions of fire where you command,
Here you go.
which then re-erupt when you Warcry.
Volcanic fissure of
There
whatever.
are a total
Enjoy.
of 16 different graft types you can grow, each with their own skill.
That's awesome.
You can even unlock a second graft slot as you progress through Aelith's questline.
That's what
so
we saw
feel free
too.
to mix and match Flesh Zone horrors to your heart's content.
Probably
Now,
tradable.
grafts aren't just here to
Well,
make you
everything is
stronger.
tradable.
They are also your means of feeding the Genesis tree, which needs constant supplies of graft blood to grow anything useful. You can do this by
Fail it,
defeating
please.
breach monsters,
There you go, breach
which
collapse,
will leave
yeah.
behind blood
Good.
that your graft will automatically collect. When you feed this blood to the tree, your allocated passives will be put to work.
Perfect.
This section of the Genesis tree can be used to grow new grafts for you, which the Genesis tree will then birth in a gruesome display.
Yep. Nice.
Basic passives on the tree might increase item rarity of birthed grafts, or the chance to birth additional grafts.
Okay.
These passives can target specific types of grafts, and this passive causes grafts to be birthed with a random amount of quality.
I suppose you can
Quality
only do
improves the amount
one a
of
row.
blood that can be stored by your grafts.
I think it's just one a row,
This
but
section of the Genesis tree
Oh, never mind,
births
I'll-
currency items.
not.
Basic passives can result in more or better currency. Allocate this passive to sometimes cause a shower of currency to burst forth from the flesh of the tree. Yeah, it's a bit gross, but working with the organic matter of a bunch of dead otherworldly creatures was never going to be a clean affair.
Foul-born orb of augmentation, by the way.
Grafts themselves are born of a different world, so are
See those
unmodifiable
currencies?
by most currencies.
Unmodifiable, but
However, with this passive, the Genesis tree can occasionally grow fleshy mockeries of currency orbs. These function like augmentation orbs, regal orbs, or exalted orbs, but they work on your grafts instead of normal gear.
there we go, yeah.
It's graft crafting.
Graft crafting,
Allocating
okay.
this passive can result in foul-born currencies. This foul-born exalted orb, for
Bunch of mirrors,
instance,
yeah.
behaves as a normal exalted orb, except it guarantees a higher tier modifier.
Okay,
By
good.
locking out a large portion of the lower rolls, a normal exalted orb would be able to hit.
That's good.
The largest section of the Genesis tree is used to grow rare equipment items.
Mm-hmm.
For these, you have a lot of agency to influence the type and modifiers on your grown item. For example, you can specifically target boots with a dexterity requirement, with an increased chance for speed modifiers, and reduced chance for cold modifiers.
Good.
Or maybe you'd prefer to look for a two-handed axe
Welcome back,
with
Sweeney.
increased chance for physical modifiers.
This is excellent, by the way.
This section of the tree is
SSF
for
players
growing unique
overjoy.
items. Similar to the equipment
Uniques.
section, there are passives that let you target growing specific types of uniques or rarer uniques. The process of growth is not always a perfect one, however, and can result in some defects.
Corruptions, please.
This passive can result in birthed uniques becoming foul-born,
Ooh.
which mutates one of the existing modifiers on the item into a new one, resulting in some interesting
What?
new ways to use that unique. For example, this foul-born quill rain no longer has increased projectile speed, but instead has increased area of effect.
What?
Another foul-born quill rain could replace the mana gained on hit with the much more powerful modifier where
What?
insufficient mana
You
doesn't
told me
prevent
last
your
league
bow
you were
attacks.
right.
Here are some other examples.
You were 100% right. Oh my god. Gold Dream with Chaos Res.
This passive even gives a rare chance for foul-born uniques to have multiple different modifiers mutated.
Oh my
I'm sure you'll come up with some extremely powerful uses for these.
Oh my god.
We'll leave it up to you to discover what this mysterious part of the Genesis tree can grow. So, ultimately, you'll be slaying masses of breach monsters, harvesting blood with the aid of your grafts, feeding that to the Genesis tree, growing some items and better grafts, and back again to the slaughter. As with all our challenge leagues, this league will come with a set of 40 challenges to pursue, and completing them will award you with the Keeper of the Flame armor set,
Ah, it's that armor set.
allowing you to truly embrace becoming a monk and worshipping the dreamer.
Whatever. This one is whatever.
Now, graft skills won't be the only new tools to play with.
Okay, let's see.
In 327, we're also adding a collection of new skill and support gems.
Yeah, I was mid.
Let's go
that
over
was
them
like,
now.
Whatever.
Kinetic Rain is a new wand attack, which covers the ground in unstable kinetic energy. These hazards collapse at the slightest touch, releasing their energies into any unfortunate soul who happens to be standing on them.
Okay.
With enough projectiles and area of effect,
Okay.
an enterprising exile could carpet the world in dangerous kinetic force. Wall of Force creates a barrier of kinetic power, causing allied projectiles to ricochet towards targets automatically. Drop one behind a boss, and redirect the bolts of your armies. I'm sure you'll find ways to break this one.
Obviously. Yeah.
Conflagration is a new bow attack, which rains down fiery bolts from above that stick into the ground and pulse as you approach. Once you get close enough, these bolts detonate, causing ravaging ignites. These bolts chain react, allowing you to create fields of incendiary destruction.
Okay. Okay.
Thunderstorm is a bow attack, which creates a whirling storm of wind and lightning where it lands.
Okay.
While you're within the storm, it will rapidly grow until it becomes violently thunderous
dude,
with
that's
lightning infused
fun.
fires. At this point, leaving the storm will cause it to detonate, dealing damage to everything
Technically,
within,
another
and
rain
releasing
skill.
a flurry of tornadoes.
Oh,
in all
that's so
directions.
fun, though.
Attacking with kinetic fusillade will create hovering orbs of energy.
Kinetic
These
fusillade.
linger for a few moments above you before zipping off to nearby
They
targets,
brought this from PoE2.
chaining between them, then detonating. Living Lightning support will bring to life living sparks of energy, elemental minions that zap through packs of enemies with speed and ease. Use these alongside your spellcasting to augment your pack clearing abilities, or find whatever means possible to cover the world in living sparks of ruin.
Okay.
Windburst support unleashes chaotic tornadoes as you attack, which ricochet around wildly and quickly.
Okay.
These deal moderate damage as they travel, but will explode into a highly damaging burst when they expire.
Okay.
So it's a choice between scaling their duration up to get better coverage, or down to access the burst more quickly.
Okay.
Kinetic Instability is a support gem to go along with the new wand attacks that causes enemies slain to leave behind those same orbs of shimmering energy that Kinetic Rain creates. One
Okay.
might ponder just how many orbs you can create if you were to use both.
Way too many.
In 327, exiles will be able to
Okay,
absorb the
here we
power
go.
of some of the bosses
Let's
they
go.
defeat.
Let's go back to these.
These take the form of new ascendancy class options.
Yes.
Called Bloodlines.
Let's go back to these.
Bloodline classes are a new means of character customization in the endgame. They are secondary ascendancy classes that are unlocked by defeating specific endgame bosses. They are allocated with your normal ascendancy points, and you'll have to choose how many of your points go into the original ascendancy and how many into your Bloodline class. This means there is a nigh limitless ability to mix and match here, as you could choose to invest just a couple points into your Bloodline,
Blades.
or max it out. And you could take any Bloodline with any base ascendancy class that you see fit.
Oh.
To unlock your Bloodline, hunt down the endgame boss whose power you desire, and defeat them. Or have a friend help, and claim the power for your own.
Okay. Okay, fair.
There are 10 Bloodline classes to discover. Bosses who offer this power are typically associated with past leads, giving additional reasons to
Lycia.
engage with that lead
Boobies.
content. Let's run over a few examples. The Chaos Bloodline will be offered to you by the
Silent
Trial
players.
Master, if you manage to succeed his final challenge.
Oh, Pikonk.
With his blessing, you can greatly augment your Vow skills in different ways. Priest of Yalmak lets you use Vow skills much more often, while Priest of Kopek makes it harder to build up Vow skills, but makes them far more powerful. Or take Corruption's Embrace, which grants more Vow Keystone powers the more corrupted items you have equipped. The Ashabi bloodline can be gained by, you guessed it,
Building a
defeating Ashabi. Her abilities are drawn from the 3 types of life force that manifest within as Marian spirits.
Blue,
The
purple,
Wild
yellow.
Bear rewards you with adrenaline for generating
rage.
rage.
Huh.
The Vivid Cat gives your elusive buffs a chance to refresh, as well as making you more stealthy while elusive.
Okay.
The Primal Owl allows your unleashed spells to reoccur many additional times.
Unleashed, unsealed,
and
yes.
get stronger for each time they reoccur.
Okay.
The
Interesting.
nameless bloodline comes from the King in the Mists. Be forewarned, his menacing power comes at a great cost.
This is cool. This is cool.
With the unseen hand, you can equip a
One
third
ring. Oh, yeah, right. This was
But
the
you have
previous
to decide if that comes
ascendancy.
at the expense of having no amulet,
Ooh.
no belt,
Ugh.
or no flasks.
Oh, brother.
Unlike
Ew.
Silhouette adds a hefty life cost to all your spells. But they deal additional chaos damage based on the amount of life spent.
Dude, this
Of
is
course,
good.
There is more to come. What powers might you glean from delving deep underneath Rayclass to fight all
Dude, I
the
haven't
Crystal
even
King?
found Owl at all. Like,
What
come on.
secrets can you learn from Lycia, Herald of the Scourge, waiting at the end of the Forbidden Sanctum? As you can imagine, there are countless possible combinations with the system. You could be a Slayer that embraces corruption and vile power, or perhaps you'll play an occultist that doubles down on their dark power by integrating the nameless bloodline.
And no
We're
utility
excited
plus
to see what
or life
crazy
plus.
and interesting builds players come up with. In the most recent Path of Exile 2 expansion, the Third Edict, we introduced a much anticipated feature, fully asynchronous trade.
Hell yeah.
It was a fantastic success.
Hell yeah.
So now we're excited to announce that
That's-
we'll
yeah,
also be
sorry,
adding
Dreamer.
this feature into Path of Exile 1.
No, Calandra
When
copy
you
is only
reach
one.
Act 6, you'll be able to find Faustus
Okay,
in
it's Act
Lionized
6, yeah.
Watch. Previously,
This would be on my
he
bingo.
just operated the currency exchange. Now, he will also act as a steward for your merchants tabs. These are where you can place items for sale.
Please tell
for
me you can
direct
put
and instant
everything
purchase
one
by
price.
Other players, even when you're
Everything
not online.
one price tab. Everything one
To
price
list
tab.
an item, simply place it in the tab and select a currency and an amount.
Please. Everything.
Once listed, other players will be able to find the item by searching for it via the trade website or the new in-game market search. To purchase something for
In-game!
yourself, it's as easy as hitting this button,
In-game
which will
market
teleport
as
you to the seller's
well.
hideout,
Okay,
where you
good.
can view their
Yeah,
merchants
fair.
tabs, buy the item,
You didn't miss
and
anything.
also view the rest of their wares in case something else catches your eye. Every purchase costs a small fee of gold, as Faustus takes his cut. To account for this further drain on gold, acquisition and cost balance elsewhere in the game has been adjusted.
Okay, fair.
Anything you've managed to sell successfully will have your profits collected here, in a separate tab to claim at your
Somebody
leisure.
sold an Nimis.
To be clear, previous means of trading, such as via pre-existing premium stash tabs and the website, will still function just as before.
Okay, fair.
Merchants tabs, and the asynchronous trading that comes with them, are an entirely additive feature on top of the already existing methods to trade.
Jeepers Keepers. Want to buy orbs? Please, we'll trade for orbs.
You might
Please.
find yourself needing the trade system to buy some upgrades.
Yeah, these are the
because this
3
update
bosses that they've
also
introduced.
introduces 3 new Uber Pinnacle boss fights.
Those are the 3 introduced in
These
Secrets.
encounters are manifested from the memories of Zana, and in her long torment, they have festered into something truly deadly. These fights offer an imposing challenge, alongside
true,
powerful rewards.
It's of course meme,
In
Dreamer.
order to gain access, similar to existing Uber Pinnacle fights, you'll need to discover fragments dropped by Tier 17 map bosses.
Please more tier
Each
17
attempt
maps.
at the new Uber Pinnacle fights will require 5 of these. Let's dig into some of the challenges you'll need to face in these new Uber versions. In the original incarnation of Neglect fight, the statues can be used to block the laser beams to hide behind, giving you an opportunity to avoid being shocked, frozen, or killed. When you run near these statues, they activate and allow you to reposition them. While activated, they will not stop the lasers, meaning you want to position them well, then avoid them. However, in the Uber version of this fight,
There are no statues.
instead of being a safe haven, the statues will refract the laser beams, causing a ruckus of energy to cover the arena. Activating them will prevent the refraction, so unlike the base fight, where you want to position them well and then avoid them, you'll be wanting to constantly keep these statues active.
Oh, this is gonna
But
be
then
fun.
you have to deal with their assaultive attacks. While fighting the incarnation of fear, these fiery orbs will slowly clutter up the arena, locking off portions of it until you bait the boss into detonating them himself with his thrown spear. When uberified, these
Oh, they
orbs
move.
are attached by a flaming leash to the boss,
Ooh.
rotating around him constantly. More and more will spawn as the fight goes on, making it even more imperative that you clean them up by cleverly using the boss's abilities against him. Normally in the Incarnation of Dread fight, during
Ugh,
the bullet hell
this is
phase,
garbage.
you have to acquire a red rose, run it to the boss, then collect a blue rose, doing the same, causing it to get heavy stunned and interrupting its mechanic. In the Uber version, you have to do the same, but in order to get the blue rose, you have to defeat the Incarnation of Neglect. And to get the red rose, you have to defeat the Incarnation of Fear.
Because fuck you,
Good
that's why. Because fuck you,
Given
that's
the
why.
difficulty of these bosses, their reward should be worth your while.
Yes, let's see.
Let's take a look at some.
I'm gonna do them ever. Yeah, I'm not gonna do them
From
ever,
the
basically.
Uber
Yeah.
Incarnation of Neglect fight, we have Bitter Instinct, a spiky shield that turns retaliatory strikes into preemptive ones, making it just a matter of time before the long arm of justice crushes your foes.
Okay.
Alternatively, you might find Festering Resentment, a poisoned blade with an unending supply of toxins built into the hilt. These toxins are put to good use, causing every spell you trigger to be capable of poisoning with all damage it deals, enabling a truly crazy trigger-centric poison ruckus.
Okay. Trigger poisons.
And from the Uber Incarnation of Dread, the Hallowed Monarch, a counterpart to the Dark Monarch, which focuses more heavily on investing into one or a few minions,
And it's a
rather than
headhunter.
growing your hordes to massive proportions.
And it's a headhunter.
Storm Rayclast, with your chosen few at your side, stealing power from your enemies as you go.
Wow. Okay.
We've got a number of quality of life changes to bring to 327
Wow.
as well.
Like,
Many
skip.
of which you may
Yes.
have seen already in some of our pre-livestream teasers, but for those who haven't, Heist is a mechanic which has long frustrated some players who may otherwise have been interested in the rewards it has to offer, but have no desire to grind through the early progress of finding and running low-level contracts to get all of the rogues to their maximum level.
So they are max level by default
Well,
now.
starting in 327, Heist rogues will automatically begin at maximum level, so
Yep.
you can start your dubious criminal career without all the busy work.
Immediately. Yeah,
Points
I mean,
invested into your Atlas passive tree will now be refundable with gold. Just speak to Kerak to do
and
so.
refund all.
For players who love jumping between strategies, there's
Meet me.
also an option to instantly refund your entire tree, which of course can now also be done with your regular passive tree as well. Now you can make all your decisions with no regrets. Well, maybe some regrets.
Yes.
You no longer need to purchase bestiary orbs.
There you go.
You can now itemize beasts for free directly from your bestiary.
Control click.
From late Act 1, you can now mass identify your items at an NPC in every town, and from Helena in your hideout. This does not require Scrolls of Wisdom at all.
Yep.
While using an Alteration Orb, you can now
This
hold
is
Alt
insane.
to swap to using an Augmentation Orb, if one is available.
This is amazing.
Opening a Blight Chest will now open all
This
other
one
Blight
is
chests
amazing.
near it. Rogue's Disenchanting Services can now be accessed from towns and hideouts.
This one is a... Okay.
Kerak missions now have a handy
This is
icon
good.
to show at a glance what kind of mission they are. Holding down Control and right-clicking on stacked decks will now continuously open them to your inventory, notifying you in chat what the outcome is. If
Or...
you still want to open them direct to the ground, to let your loot filter provide a dose of dopamine, you can still do that too by also holding Shift.
Shift control right click and you drop
Val
down.
orbs can be used on monsters encased in essences,
No, still
to
open
the
auto.
same
Yeah,
effect
true,
that
it's okay.
remnants of corruption have.
It is so time saving. Yep.
When multiple skill gems are ready to level at the same time,
This is phenomenal.
You'll now be able to click this button
Phenomenal.
to level them all up at once. Next up, we're going to be talking about our new League supporter
Wait,
packs.
those were all of them?
Today, we're launching 2 new series
They
of
didn't
supporter
talk about
packs.
us, like...
The Champion of Theopolis
Aw.
and the Verdant Magus packs.
Okay.
Each tier contains the pack's
Yeah, those
full
are the
face
true
value
evil.
in points, alongside
Ooh,
several exclusive
hideout.
microtransactions.
That's a full-blown
As
hideout.
always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression
You
in
be a
any
bull.
way. The Champion of Theopolis series of supporter
Okay.
packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. Manifest a Champion's Ferocity, as the Lion's Might unique finisher effect rips your enemies to shreds.
Bleep.
Open
Not
the
bad.
Champion of Theopolis portal to end your crusade through maps in the style expected of a true victor of the arena. Defeat your enemies like a true gladiator, wearing
That
the
set
Grand
looks nice.
Champion of Theopolis armor set.
That set looks
The
nice.
armor awarded only to the most elite warriors of the Grand Arena.
Roll 300. Hmm.
Take
I like this
charge of the
thing.
situation
This is garbage.
and storm into combat with the Flaming Minotaur's Quicksilver Flask effect.
That's
The
garbage.
Champion's Podium map device rises up to honor the glory you've achieved as you activate it.
Even this one is interesting.
Ascend the stairs and stand atop the platform as you enter your maps. Each flame surrounding the platform represents
Too
a
much
remaining
clutter.
use on your
Yeah.
portal. The burden-back billy goat carries all the supplies necessary for a campsite as he travels behind you in battle. When placed in a hideout, instead of roaming around like your other pets, their supplies are deployed, creating a small camp where you can access your stash and providing a place to take a load off while you rest next to the campfire.
To take a load off. Aussies,
The
dude.
Verdant Magus series contains 6 exclusive microtransactions.
This portal I like.
Having Faustus sell your items on your behalf is great and all, but sometimes you just want to feel a little bit more shady about your dealings. The Back Alley Trader hideout decoration is more secretive with your trades.
Back alley.
Creating distance
Yeah, I
between
know
you and
level
your
up effect.
customers.
I didn't even mention it.
Note that
Shush.
until 327 is released, this Back Alley Trader will only serve as your currency exchange. Once it's out, it will be updated to have the new Managed Shop option to also facilitate your trades. The Verdant Wayfinder pet is a loyal companion
we
to
go.
any
Shut
Master
up.
Magus.
Stop being annoying
As
with
you
level up
approach
effect.
waypoints, it envelops them with its vines, guiding you throughout Rayclast. Control Earth and nature itself, as the Great Verdant Magus armor set
That set
envelops
looks
you in
nice.
the ancient power now lost to time. There's also a matching back attachment included.
Yeah, that set looks nice.
Remnants of the forest ripple out from within you with the Verdant Magus level up effect equipped, restoring life to the corrupted land. Call on an ancient golem to use their power to create a safe passage for you to retreat through with the Arcane Golem portal.
Yeah, this portal is nice as well.
As a Supreme
And
Verdant
this.
Magus,
Look
you
at
can
this.
travel to your Arcane Isle hideout.
Jesus Christ.
A cluster of islands held together by ancient magic passed down between elite mages.
And you guys thought Turtle was cool. Told you Turtle was
Stand
shit.
atop your tower and relish the great heights you've reached above those who have not harnessed the arcane.
Jesus Christ.
These packs are
Peasants.
now available for purchase
All
on
of
both
you.
PC and console, and will remain so during Path of Exile, Keepers of the Flame. Additionally,
it's gonna be fun.
any microtransactions from these supporter packs will be made available for use in Path of Exile 2. Meanwhile, the Crypt Keeper and Frisian Magistrate packs leave the store forever at the launch of the Keepers of the Flame League.
Yay.
So now's your last chance to purchase them. Thank you so much for your ongoing support.
Okay.
We're just about to start the Q&A with Ziggy D. Afterwards, we'll post the full patch notes for Path of Exile, Keepers of the Flame, at 11 AM New Zealand time, 3 PM Pacific.
Okay. That
With
was
release at the end of next week, our community team will be posting crucial information you'll need for the release. Keep an eye on the news. Thanks for joining us today and checking out our latest developments.
Thank you, Mark.
We're looking forward to holding off the Breach Lord's conquest, crafting gruesome grafts, planning dozens of Bloodline-empowered builds, and filling out our trees tree. We hope you all join us.
Our trees tree. Honestly, I really like it. It's going to be fun. Now, might be one of the better leagues they've ever made. We'll see how that goes, but patch notes next. But for you guys on YouTube, thank you for watching. Have a great time. Oh my god, that was quick. And I will see you soon. We gotta watch this. Bye!